Food has always been the hero in favorite topics to be discussed and dissected at any occasion. If you are wondering what that crackling sound is, it is time for me to introduce the world to the popad or the papad, a thin Indian wafer, sometimes described as a cracker or a fire bread. It is an integral part of any ethnic Indian meal. It may just be another item or a flavor catalyst to be served with the main course of a meal, but it is the most attractive piece that covers, physically too, a major part of the platter. The ubiquitous papad may be just a food trimming for some, but it is a tradition prescribed and is indispensable accompaniment for the meal for some communities. Hence, there are many brands in the market that roll out this wafer-thin delicacy. But one name that has become synonymous with papad is Lijjat. One of the most fascinating stories of success from nothing is soon to be unveiled. Fasten your seat belts, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever we bite into a crunchy papad, we conjure up images of bangle-rimmed hands kneading the dough and rolling wafer-thin papads. But Lijjat Papad brings to mind the serene picture of the founder, Jaswantiben Jamnadas Popat, who brought papad-making activity out of the domestic confines for the first time. She added the much-needed ingredient called commerce to it and lifted it to a multi-million-dollar industry. She is one of the founders of Shri Mahila Griha Udyog Lijjat Papad, a women's working cooperative involved in the manufacturing of various fast-moving consumer goods. This story is one of grit and determination. The remarkable story of Jaswantiben Jamnadas Popat, the founder of Lijjat Papad, will inspire many entrepreneurs. At a time when no one talked about enterprise, Popat and her team of women not just created a brilliant business and a brand, they also created employment for women. 91-year-old Jaswantiben has been awarded the Padma Shri award by the country. She the people met her at her home in Mumbai for this story, and I quote them. When Jaswantiben and 7 other neighborhood women started making papads in 1956, they did not have the slightest idea that their company will grow into a multi-million-dollar industries decades later. Popat's capital investment was just rupees 80. This too was borrowed from a social worker. Lijjat Papad became a household name. Not just that, when people went to the market and asked for papads, they would say Lijjat Papad, no matter which brand. The business was initially set up in Mumbai's Gurgaon area. The 7 other women who helped Popat begin the industry are Parvatiben Ramdas Todani, Ujjamben Narayandas Kundliya, Banuben Tanna, Laguben Amritlal Gokhani, and Jayaben Vithalani. Gradually, 7 became hundreds, and currently thousands of women are working in this huge industry. Along this successful journey, Popat trained and supported many women under her to achieve financial independence. She the people met Popat in her house in Mumbai and spoke to her about the journey from a small business to a big-scale one. Making and selling papads was just a desperate step to contribute to the family income for Popat. All the women, including Popat, used to make the papads on their house terrace. They had sold only 4 packets of papad to a businessman initially, but the demand increased and they started supplying on large scale to various parts of the country later. Popat transformed a small home business into a large cottage industry over the years. To date, Lijjat Papad has over 60 branches and employs around 42,000 women. Currently, the papad is sold all over the country as well as exported to other countries including England, the USA, Singapore, Thailand, the Netherlands. Not just papad, Lijjat also now sells other products like masalas, atta, chapatis, etc. What was the ingredient for success? Popat did not have any knowledge about running a business when she started, but she gathered up courage and perseverance to make a profit out of her business. Further, with hard work, her business grew so much and her Papad brand is now a popular household name all over the country. This women-centric business now has a turnover of over 800 crore rupees. But what is significant is that it employs so many rural women who are illiterate but skilled. Indeed, the 8 women who began in 1956 pushed boundaries with the only skill that Gujarati housewives knew the best, that is, cooking. Popad's highlight ingredient is nothing but providing employment and empowering women of our country. A perfect example of the diligence and talent of women. Her success came through determination. The industrialist from Maharashtra has now been honored with the Padma Shri for her efforts and hard work in establishing and promoting Women's Works Cooperative. While speaking about receiving the award, Popat told the people, "The credit of Lijjat Papad goes to every woman working here. This recognition is the fruit of their hard work." She proudly said that each woman working at Lijjat is considered as the Malik and not the worker, for they contribute equally to its success. When asked if she ever got tired during her journey, she replied, "Never I have felt like giving up, as I was getting good money from the business." She also added that financial independence is the major motivation for women to join Lijjat Papad. Lijjat means tasty in Gujarati. When the business was first set up, the company was named Shri Mahila, Griha, Udyog, Lijjat Papad. Later in 1962, it was renamed as Lijjat Papad. Out of the initial establishers, Popat is the only surviving sole member now. Being one of the world's oldest cooperatives to support women through employment opportunities, it stands on some core values. First, providing quality products at reasonable prices, to having a solid distribution network. Lijjat has earned its success through sustainable entrepreneurship and the trust of customers. However, on receiving the Padma Shri, she said, "The credit goes to every woman working here. The recognition is for the fruit of their hard work." Jaswantiben's roller coaster journey started on 15th of March 1959. She and her 7 friends gathered on a terrace in Girgaon, Maharashtra, and deliberated on a project she proposed. Agreeing on a common course of action and investing rupees 80 borrowed from a social worker, Chaganlal Karamshi Parekh, the women started making and selling their papads. When Jaswantiben and her women started making papads, they did not have an inkling that their company over the decades would grow into a magnificent industry. For them, it was just a desperate attempt to contribute to the family's income. They used to make the papads only on their house terraces. Today, women are stepping into the trade world in a big way and are contributing largely to the country's economy and generating employment opportunities. Governments and societies are encouraging women entrepreneurship through varied initiatives and schemes. But when Jaswantiben stepped into the male-dominated world of commerce, there was nothing to write home about state support nor family's blessings. Neither were they backed by knowledge nor entrepreneurial skills. They had nothing but hope and courage to invest. With great grit and gumption, Jaswantiben and her women-centric organization took giant strides and brought employment for a huge number of rural women which may be lacking education but not skills. The world's oldest cooperative support women, it stands on some core values. It provides quality products at reasonable prices and earns the trust of customers. It doesn't mechanize the operations to ensure continued employment in its workforce. To date, papads are rolled out with hands by the women. Staunch believers in the principle of self-reliance, and the Iron Lady Jaswantiben would not accept any donations or contributions from anyone. Jaswantiben's democratic views are reflected in her quote, "Everyone here is a partner and does not work for another person. Every employee is a Lijjat Ben or a sister and gets equal share of profits, and every woman gets the same share as others. It doesn't matter how long or how short she has been with the group. The profits earned by the group are distributed to all the members by giving them gold coins of 5 grams or 10 grams, depending on the amount of profit. Along this successful journey, Jaswantiben trained and supported many women and helped them achieve financial independence. The story of Jaswantiben Jamnadas Popat and her Lijjat Papad, one of the inspirational tales of women empowerment in India. From being relegated to just housewives who tend to keep the house clean and get food cooked for the family, these women fought a silent war to rise like meteors to add to the coffer and the family kitty alongside their expected womanly chores. What they have achieved is no joke. If we do not subscribe to the theory that honors delayed are honors denied, we can rejoice the news of Jaswantiben receiving the Padma Shri at the age of 91. She was taken in a wheelchair to be felicitated for her distinguished hard work in the trade and industry category. Meenamma applauded the loudest that day for this hero of India. Jai Baat, Jaswantiben. If you like the content of this video, do like and subscribe to my channel Meet Meenamma. Don't forget to click the bell icon for regular updates. Also do comment and interact with Meenamma. I would love your opinions. Meenamma looks forward to meeting you again in the next video and episode. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, have a great life and make a difference.